Starting the 3 o'clock hour here a little bit late. It's already 3:05 because couldn't stop with Cunha.
It's 305.
Dale.
God bless. Dale.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome. And guys, listen, I have a fever. I have Messi fever. Woo! Let's go!
Jimmy's wearing his Inter Miami shirt. I mean, everybody that's an Inter Miami supporter is just I think they're seeing, and you can let us know, Solana, it seems like this is very easy for him, right? I mean, you didn't really know, and we had conversation. And again, we got to watch an entire season next year and see how it plays out. But there was the thought of, well, he's going to be playing with people who are lesser skilled than teammates he's used to.
Right.
And, and all I know is the numbers, 3 games, 5 goals, and an assist. Seems like he's going to have a pretty easy go of it.
Yesterday was probably the most impressive performance, not just from Messi and Busquets. You got to see Jordi Alba a little bit for the last 20, 22 minutes. Here's what we learned yesterday. First of all, the big 2 questions about Messi, Busquets, and this entire experiment were what? One, the talent around them would be abysmal for Messi, right? On the field, how would he be able to play with guys of such lesser quality? And 2, really, what is his desire? To come here, collect a paycheck? Sure, play, score, be Messi, but also, is he going to mail it in a little bit, right? And I think yesterday was proof of 2 things. One, you are seeing 2 players of such quality, soon to be 3 when Alba really gets to play a full 90 minutes and establish a role within his team, that they're elevating everybody around them. Yesterday, Robert Taylor, who really was a guy that you've probably never even heard of, just produced 2 brilliant plays, and it's because he's playing alongside 2 unbelievable talents. Everybody around this team is having their quality and their play elevated because of those 2 guys. And 2, it's the late stages of the game. Inter Miami is a 2-goal lead, and Messi, Busquets, and Alba are just playing out of their minds. They're chasing down loose balls. Late in the game, they're playing, and their work rate never stopped. So to me, it answered the 2 questions right off the bat here early on in this experiment. He didn't come here to sit on the beach and collect a paycheck and just forget about soccer and mail it in. He wants to win, and he wants to bring his style of play, winning style of play, to Inter Miami, and he's already injected it into this club. And 2, man, this entire team looks like a different team.
And you know what? I'll say it because, like I said yesterday, and Solana, you laughed at this line when I was like, I'm no Pele, but I don't know it from the soccer side of what's going on, but I went to the mall today because I had to get a Dolphin hat to match with my Zach Thomas jersey I'm going to wear to the Hall of Fame. I walk into Champs. As soon as you walk in, you know what the middle kiosk at the door is? Inter Miami. I go to Lids, and I'm asking them about size 8 because nobody has the damn size 8s. My head is too big with dreads. It's just ridiculous. The middle of Lids has Inter Miami stuff, and also in Foot Locker, there's Inter Miami stuff everywhere. So I saw purchase-wise, fan base, Foot Locker, Champs, and Lids believe that putting Inter Miami in the front of their store is very advantageous to sales right now. And that shows you what Messi did to South Florida.
Hottest jersey or apparel right now, arguably in sports in the U.S., is a pink 10 Inter Miami jersey. Really?
Salon, I looked at jerseys. They were $100. And I looked at T-shirts. A damn T-shirt with 10 on it was $79. I'm never buying an $80 T-shirt. So that took me out the price. But just seeing that these gigantic organizations have noticed the Inter Miami pull right now with Messi, that showed me a lot today when I was at the mall.
I bought you guys Inter Miami apparel a couple of years ago when the team was first founded. I don't know if either of you kept those T-shirts, but you should be all good to go with the Inter Miami T-shirt. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I think I gave it to Goodwill.
Trying to figure out, I downsized recently, and I certainly made the cut. I should mention, because Jimmy was talking
guaranteeing
there.
it's a kid in South Broward right now wearing my shirt. because I gave it to the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah,
I
it's the same
guarantee.
kid that took Josh Appel's bobblehead.
He's rolling right now.
305 alarm is sponsored by All Year Cooling. Keep your cool and call all year 833 all year. I was texting with Whittingham last night because, the Inter Miami game was delayed because of rain and lightning. And Whittingham, just from like a soccer standpoint, an excitement standpoint in South Florida, he's like, you can't believe the number of people who have stuck around on just a random Wednesday night because Messi is going to be playing. Like, normally you'd get an Inter Miami game that had a 2-hour lightning delay on a Wednesday night. That place would be empty by the time that they kicked off.
Ghost town. That was really phenomenal last night. Not only to see that people stuck around for the start of the game, but it was such a great first half. It was 1-1 after the first 45. And by the end of the game, you were hearing through the broadcast, through the radio broadcast as well, by the way, you were hearing the fan base. It sounds like a home game for an Argentine national team game. Like
right.
You were hearing the chants of all the Argentinos who are going out there and pouring their love in because Messi is there. Bro.
Didn't Messi score in like the 6th minute too?
7th minute, scores a volley. That pass came from Robert Taylor. Like, it was insane. And then late in the game, there's a penalty, and he gives it off to Josef Martinez. Lionel Messi is arguably the greatest penalty kick taker in the history of the game. Like, the dude doesn't miss from the spot. Gave it to Josef Martinez, which to me was just a great show of character from the new leader.
Unless you had bet the Messi hat trick.
Correct, unless you had bet the Messi hat trick, which is what I was going to say, because he ends up scoring later.
Are you cursing him out? Oh, my
pissed.
God.
You are pissed.
Pissed. Because you imagine what a hat trick pays? I never found it on my site, but that dude texted us yesterday. He's like, I'm betting the Messi hat trick. Like, that's heavy odds, and he should have had it. That's wild.
He'll take them from here on out. Like, that's his.
It's because you feel like you'll cash it at least every 5 games or so.
For sure.
Let's get headlines. We didn't get a good look at headlines in the 2 o'clock hour, and then we've started this hour late. So let's get a look at the headlines here with Alejandro Solana.
They're driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. We know trucks. One other thing on the game yesterday, and Inter Miami does advance in the Leagues Cup. They're going to play in the round of 16 now. They'll play FC Dallas, who won yesterday against Mazatlan in the round of 32 as well. That game won't be in Fort Lauderdale. It'll be in Dallas.
You texted me yesterday. I thought it was Mazatlan. Is that what they were saying on the broadcast?
I don't know what. Hawk, you especially don't like to criticize broadcasters, publicly anyways. It's the very easy thing to do.
Spiro Ditas is walking Ambien. I'm not so certain that.
Yeah.
No. No. But you had said that the guys on Apple last night didn't seem to know how to pronounce a lot of Hispanic names. But I thought Mazatlan was pronounced Mazatlan. You just said Mazatlan.
Well, that's how it's pronounced in Spanish, right? In Mexico, it would be Mazatlan. And you can say Mazatlan, which was fine. Like, that's the proper pronunciation in English. I don't know what they were saying yesterday during the halftime show. Mazalton, like if they're saying Mazel Tov. I didn't want to – I hate doing it because I think – broadcasters
Listen, they're very good broadcasters.
They are.
I know where that would it would annoy me if I was a super fan of something and they couldn't get the names right.
Specifically yesterday, because one of the best players for Orlando City, he happens to be Uruguayan. So yes, I have a vested interest in this. But he was the focal point for Orlando City, scored the goal to equalize the game, and then him and Messi walking off the pitch. His name is Cesar Araujo. Walking off the pitch, there was a big show because him and Araujo had gotten into it. Messi had taken him out. There was no foul called. Then Messi was fouled, and they were chirping back and forth walking into the locker room. When I tell you the amount of times yesterday the English commentators called him like 17 different versions of Araujo, but never the proper one. And you don't have to say it properly in Spanish. In English, it would be Araujo. Like, that's how you would say it. They're calling him Araujo, Arojo. It was embarrassing.
Did you notice that, Jimmy? I mean, we know you're not the best at Spanish, even though you live in a Spanish-speaking only household.
I probably didn't notice.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Jimmy was like, these guys are killing it. The meantime,
Exactly.
Jimmy's dad is cursing in Spanish at the TV.
Jimmy don't know what he's saying.
Huh?
And Crowder, yesterday, when you said, I'm not Pele, but why don't they just give him extra attention defensively? Like, kick his ass, basically. That's what Orlando City did yesterday. And Messi didn't back down. Busquets didn't back down. Like, they prove that they can handle the physicality that's coming their way. And boy, is it coming, because these fan bases, these other organizations are not happy with what's happening, which is not only all the attention is on them, on Inter Miami and Messi, but they're balling right now. Like, they are playing really, really well, and Messi is balling as well.
Did anybody elbow the kidney?
I don't think so. I don't think
Don't
I
give
saw
away the
kidney
secret.
blood.
No, don't give away the secret. Which side are you on?
They just didn't exhaust all options. Elbow the kidney. That makes a man tighten up.
You on Orlando's side or Miami's side?
I'm a defensive guy.